Hello again, everyone, and welcome to another edition of This Week in the World of Football. This is episode number 304 for July 11th, 2023. I'm your host, Randy Snow. On this week's show, the 8 playoff teams have been determined in the Indoor Football League. Northwestern University has fired head coach Pat Fitzpatrick, and a CFL Superfan visits all 9 stadiums in 15 days. But I'm not here by myself. Across the table from me, as always, is my son Adam.
Happy Amazon Prime Day, everybody. So I'm just going to let you know the running gag on today's show is going to be me bringing up random deals I find on my Amazon account and asking Randy if he wants it or not. So the first item up for bid today, Randy, is a Ninja OG701 wood-fire outdoor grill and smoker. It's a 7-in-1 master grill.
Jeez.
Would you like this? It is for, 11% off. Ooh, what a deal. So you'll get it for $329. Normally retail price at $369.99. Going fast.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Man, this looks delicious. Look at those steaks. You can fit 4 little steaks on there. And look at all that stuff it can make.
like
Look
a
how
baby
happy
grill.
those people are with this
Yeah,
grill
sure.
thing. I want to be that happy.
I'll be happy when this show's over with already. Okay. Let's see. We come to you each week from the fabulous World of Football Man Cave, located right here in the center of the football world, Kalamazoo, Michigan. We're here to promote the game of football in all its many forms, past, present, and future. Our goal is to educate, inform, and entertain our listeners with the glorious buffet that is the world of football. All this while keeping a close eye on the rich history of the game. Thanks for checking out our podcast. We'd love to get your feedback on one of our many platforms: Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Stitcher, TuneIn, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music. So you can simply ask your Alexa device to play the World of Football podcast. You can also find our podcast in its full audio form on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/@theworldoffootball, as well as other selected videos that we post there from time to time, like last week's history lesson, which are now exclusively on YouTube, where I talked about 4 college football stadiums that are also National Historic Landmarks from episode 303. So, let's begin today's show, if I can get Adam off his phone, with Adam and the World of Football scoreboard.
That's right. I'm still looking at those Amazon Prime deals, everybody. So be on the lookout for that. And you said that weird. Why do you include episode 303?
I don't know. I put it on there so that I know which one we did
Yeah,
last
but you
week.
put it in brackets, so that's supposed to mean you don't say that out
That's a
loud
little
to
note
people.
for me. Maybe
Yeah.
I won't say it anymore.
Maybe you shouldn't, because I was confused for a second. All right. What's not confusing is that we had 11 total games this week across 3 different professional football leagues, and we start with the Canadian Football League, and it was week 5 up there in the great old country of Canada. Thursday night saw the Saskatchewan Roughriders defeat the Edmonton Elks in a thrilling game that ended in a 12-11 score.
Oh man, this was something else.
The halftime score was 3-3, but not the way you'd think it got to 3-3. It was a field goal for Saskatchewan and 3 rouges for the Elks. What a game this was turning into.
Yeah, it started out very even in halftime, but then it got wild at the end.
Yeah, Saskatchewan ended up tying the score at 11-11 with about a minute remaining in the game. So, all right, everybody on pins and needles with about a minute left. But then on the ensuing kickoff, Edmonton return man CJ Sims took a knee in the end zone for a rouge that cost them the game and that final 12-1 score. Apparently, 12-11, sorry. Apparently, he did not understand the rules.
Yeah, from what I understand, he's very new to the CFL, and he figured it was going to be a touchback. He took that knee, and no, there's no touchbacks. You have to run it out of the end zone or concede a point, and he did. And that was the difference in the game. With about a minute to go, he just made a mistake.
Yeah, so you got to be careful with those CFL rules. Saskatchewan quarterback Trevor Harris completed 19 passes for 292 yards and a touchdown, while Edmonton quarterback Taylor Cornelius completed 17 passes for 226 yards and a touchdown. He also ran for an additional touchdown in the loss.
I felt so bad for Edmonton because they were so close to getting their first win of the season. And, they had this game in the bag, but man, oh man, what a terrible way to end it.
Hold on a second. You sure you wrote that right? Because if he threw for a touchdown, that's 6 points, no matter what. He also ran for another touchdown. That's also 6 points. The Elks only scored 11. So how did you write this up? Yeah, way to goof up the stats there, Randy. Poor Cornelius sitting there like, I don't remember getting a second touchdown in that game.
Well, maybe he didn't throw for a touchdown, but I do believe he ran for a touchdown.
Okay, well then maybe that touchdown was the running touchdown. So, man, oh man, we gotta really take you to script writing camp. Too bad that writer's
Hey man,
strike
there was
is still
so
going.
many crazy things going on this week.
I know, we've both been
Oh my
busy.
gosh, I was going through all the different highlights and trying to keep them all straight. All these games ran together. I'm sure I made a mistake somewhere.
I know, you just copy and paste into the next script. So
Bottom line, it was they lost 12-11.
yeah,
and it was a heck
we're
of a
aware.
game.
We already covered that part. Moving on, Friday night saw the Winnipeg Blue Bombers defeat the Calgary Stampeders 24-11.
I wrote that correctly.
Okay,
you
good.
messed up on that.
The game was tied 11-11 at halftime, but Winnipeg shut out Calgary in the second half for the victory. Winnipeg quarterback Zach Caleros completed 20 passes for 231 yards and 2 touchdowns. Then in the fourth quarter, running back Greg McCrae returned a missed field goal, 102 yards, but did not score. He was tackled at the 13-yard line. He was returning it for the Blue Bombers, by the way. Then Calgary quarterback Jake Mayer completed 14 passes for 122 yards, no touchdowns and an interception, while running back Dedrick Mills ran the ball 14 times for 97 yards and a touchdown for Calgary. So, yeah, what a crazy highlight, that return kickoff, that return miss extra point.
Yeah, you
field
think
goal.
102 yards, you think you're going to get something out of that, but it's a 110-yard field, and he caught it in the end zone, so you got to add those yards on top of it. And,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Looks good on the stat sheet, but unless you got that touchdown next to it, does it really mean anything?
Yeah, it's all yards that he gained.
True, he did. Hey, still a heck of an effort to go that far.
Yes.
All right, and then Saturday night saw the Hamilton Tiger Cats defeat the Ottawa Red Blacks 21-13. It is the first win of the season for Hamilton. For Ottawa. Man, I guess I'm goofing up. I guess that's karma.
Okay.
Ottawa
good
was
for
up
you.
10-9 at halftime. In the second quarter, Ottawa quarterback Jeremiah Masoli, previously quarterback for the Hamilton Tiger Cats.
Last year.
Yep, he tore his Achilles tendon during the game, which will require surgery. He will miss the rest of the season. He has been out with a knee injury that he suffered last year with the Tiger Cats. He was replaced by quarterback Dustin Crum, who completed 14 passes for 149 yards during the game. He also ran the ball 6 times for 91 yards and a rushing touchdown. Then, with 6 seconds left in the game, Crum tried to run the ball in from the 21-yard line in hopes of tying the score, but he was stopped at the 2-yard line as time expired.
That was another wild ending there.
Yeah, Hamilton quarterback Matt Schiltz completed 19 passes for 233 yards and a touchdown. And according to Randy, these were your highlights of the week.
Oh, yeah, these were some great highlights. Now, at first, we didn't know what was going on with Masoli. In fact, the word just came out a few hours ago that he's going to miss the rest of the season, and that it was his Achilles.
This came out yesterday, I remember seeing.
I didn't see it until earlier today, but at the time of the game, we all thought it was a knee problem. We thought he, re-injured the knee that he's been rehabbing, and now it came out today that it's a torn Achilles tendon that's going to require surgery. He's out for the year. Just a bad story. I mean, everybody this game was in Hamilton, so all the Hamilton fans felt really bad for him too, because he was their quarterback last year, and they hated to see that. They liked him even though he's on the other team now.
And I did see somewhere on Twitter that supposedly the Red Blacks, I don't know if this is true or not, they might have reached out to see if the USFL's McLeod Bethel Thompson was available to come back and play.
I had not heard that.
I don't know if that's true or if that's some fans' wishful thinking that they should do, but very interesting. Yeah, the USFL season's over. Would McLeod Bethel Thompson, is he able or eligible to come back up to the CFL? I don't know how that would work, but
I don't know.
Boy, it would be something to see him come right up into the CFL after that.
Yeah, this Dustin Crum, I think this was his first action in the CFL. He's another quarterback from a MAC school.
Okay.
And they were talking about that. But yeah, I think this was his first action. He even though he didn't win the game, he played very well for that team, and I think they should be very happy to have him.
All right. And then finally on Monday night, we saw the British Columbia Lions defeat the Montreal Alouettes 35-19. The Lions were up 24-13 going into halftime. British Columbia quarterback Vernon Adams completed 20 passes for 283 yards and a touchdown. In the second quarter, British Columbia defensive back Jalen Edwards Cooper returned a blocked field goal attempt, 62 yards for the touchdown.
That was a wild play.
Yeah, for Montreal, quarterback Cody Fajardo completed 24 passes for 280 yards and no touchdowns. He also led the team in rushing with 8 carries for 57 yards and a touchdown. You thought these were the second best highlights of
Yes,
the
these
week.
were both. Both of these last two games were really, really good this past week. A lot of great highlights. I posted several of the highlights on our Twitter feed, and if you haven't seen them, check them out. If nothing else, go to the CFL.ca page and look up game highlights
Yeah.
from a drop down menu. And oh man, they've got all the games all this year, and those two were the best from this past weekend.
Yep. And then the Toronto Argonauts were on bye this week. And since we're 5 weeks in, apparently we're going to start looking at the CFL standings. In the East, the Toronto Argonauts, who were on bye, as I just mentioned, are sitting at the top with a 3-0 record, followed by the 2-2 Montreal Alouettes, the 1-3 Ottawa Redblacks, and Hamilton Tiger Cats rounding out the East Division. In the West, the British Columbia Lions and Winnipeg Blue Bombers sit at the top with 4-1 records. The Saskatchewan Roughriders in third with a 3-1 record. The Calgary Stampeders in fourth with a 1-3 record, and the Edmonton Elks in last place right now with an 0-5 record. And I have a feeling that maybe this week could be the week they get that first victory.
I hope so. You got one winless team and one undefeated team after 5 weeks of play.
All right, then we're going to move on to the Indoor Football League. It was week 17 in their season. We had a quadruple header on Saturday, starting with the Sioux Falls Storm defeating the Iowa Barnstormers 54-47. This helped Sioux Falls clinch a playoff spot. Saturday night saw the Quad City Steamwheelers defeat the Green Bay Blizzard 47-39, helping Quad City clinch a playoff spot. The Tucson Sugar Skulls defeated the Duke City Gladiators 59-51. This helped Tucson clinch a playoff spot. You're seeing a trend here. Then finally, Saturday saw the Northern Arizona Wranglers defeat the Massachusetts Pirates, the battle of the two previous champions, by the way, 37-32, going in favor of those Wranglers, who clinched a playoff spot. There you go. Then Monday night saw the Bay Area Panthers defeat the San Diego Strike Force 75-40. Then on bye this week, the Frisco Fighters, Tulsa Oilers, Vegas Nighthawks, and Arizona Rattlers. And here, with 1 week left in their regular season, here are your standings. The Frisco Fighters have clinched the Eastern Division with a 12-2 record, followed by the 9-5 Massachusetts Pirates and Quad City Steamwheelers. Then the 8-6 Sioux Falls Storm, who will be the last team in the East that made it into the playoffs. Then you have the eliminated 7-7 Green Bay Blizzard, the eliminated 3-11 Iowa Barnstormers, and eliminated Tulsa Oilers 1-13 on the season. In the West, you have the Arizona Rattlers with 1 week left. I don't know if did they clinch their division technically?
That's the way the standings show.
Okay, the Rattlers have clinched their division despite 1 week left and being a game up on the Bay Area Panthers. They are 10-4. The Bay Area Panthers at the second seed right now with a 9-5 record. The Tucson Sugar Skulls at the third seed with an 8-6 record, and then the Northern Arizona Wranglers at the fourth seed with a 7-7 record getting into the playoffs. As of right now, I'm sure that seeding could change next week.
With a week to go.
Then your three eliminated teams in the West. You have the San Diego Strike Force at 5-9, the Duke City Gladiators at 5-8, and then the Vegas Nighthawks at 5-9. So
I think all three of those might be 5-9. I think I may have messed that up. I think
all three of them might have.
All three of them have 5-9.
Look at you taking credit. Wow, you've grown up so fast in the last 15 minutes. All right. Then your National Arena League scores from week 14. On Saturday, we had the Jacksonville Sharks defeat the Orlando Predators 67-44. And then the Carolina Cobras took care of the West Texas Warbirds 66-35 with the San Antonio Gunslingers on bye. Your National Arena League standings are as follows. The San Antonio Gunslingers and Jacksonville Sharks both sit at the top with 8-2 records. The Carolina Cobras are next with a 7-4 record. The Orlando Predators sit with a 4-6 record, and the Texas Warbirds right at the bottom with a 2-10 record. And of course, let us not forget two teams eliminated from the start of this season: the Fayetteville Mustangs and the Albany Empire, both out of the league for the rest of the season for different reasons. If you haven't been keeping up with the World of Football, but that is it for this week's World of Football scoreboard. And we throw it over to Randy, who's going to take us through some football news.
All right, some NFL news. The Netflix series Quarterback premieres tomorrow, featuring Atlanta Falcons quarterback Marcus Mariota, Minnesota quarterback Kirk Cousins, and Kansas City quarterback Patrick Mahomes. This show was filmed during the 2022 seasons. There's going to be 8 episodes, and it's being produced by NFL Films and Omaha Productions. And from what I read, they had these 3 quarterbacks mic'd up for every game last
Mm.
season. So there's a lot of stuff during games. There's a lot of stuff that happened after the games, between games and during the week and whatnot. I wasn't real crazy about this when you first brought this to my attention
Yeah, I
a couple
wasn't
weeks
crazy about
ago,
this either.
but I saw the trailer, the first 4 minutes today, and it looks
See,
kind of good.
I'll
So
avoid watching trailers or whatever, but maybe we'll have to both try to watch as many episodes as we can this
yeah,
week/weekend. I know you're going out of town,
yeah,
so
again,
again, but if you got some downtime and you can fire up some Netflix wherever you're at, give it a
yeah.
try. I'm gonna try to burn through them, and we could probably give a
I don't know if they're all posted at one time or if they come out once a
Okay,
week.
so here's the nerdy movie/TV side of it coming up. Netflix usually drops everything all at once. I don't think this is going to be a week-to-week thing, at least as far as I know. I assume all 8 episodes will probably be dropped
Hmm.
tomorrow.
Okay.
I could be wrong. We'll see. Netflix every once in a while will do something weird, like where they drop 3 episodes a week or something. But I don't know if that's what they're doing. I'll double check here in a minute. But I don't. I'll try to watch as much of this as we can, or as I can, and then we can try to give it a nice, thorough
Review.
rundown next week.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to do individual episode reviews and then put them up on the YouTube channel. Might be too much work for you,
Yeah,
but
I don't know about that, but it does look interesting. More interesting than I thought it would be at first. And so yeah, I'll probably check it out. And
yeah, I've heard people saying they think that maybe this could be the way instead of doing Hard Knocks every year. Maybe this is something that NFL Films transitions into.
yeah.
I have no idea because we still haven't gotten confirmation on a
Yeah.
Hard Knocks team
We're still
yet.
on Hard Knocks watch. Still no word on who, if anybody, is going to be on Hard Knocks this year, or are they just going to cancel the darn thing for lack of interest by all the teams in the league? You know, I know they can force somebody to be on it, but I don't think they want to do that, and that would look kind of bad. To get a bunch of disgruntled coaches and owners and players. So I don't know what's going to happen to Hard Knocks. It may be done. Who knows?
Yeah, I hope not. I mean,
It's had some good stuff. I mean, some of it's been, I
they
don't
haven't
know.
been strangers to taking a year off. Maybe
Mm,
they take a year off this year and they come back again next year with a new team, maybe a slightly new kind of format.
mm.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, if they had these guys mic'd up and they were filming for this show all last season, I'd never heard about it until
Well, it's
this
like that
past
same they
season.
did it with like you had those Amazon series where they were following like one year they followed the Eagles and one year they followed the Panthers.
Mm,
I don't remember ever hearing about an Amazon crew following these teams during the
right.
season
Yeah, while it was going on.
while it was
Yeah.
going like so. I don't know. Like some stuff just kind of flies under the radar, and
Mm.
I don't know. We'll see what they end up doing, and I'm trying to still find out if they're gonna drop all these episodes at once.
I thought you were looking for more Amazon Prime deals.
No, but I mean I can. I did do a special search for footballs, and there's a lot of football stuff you can find on Amazon Prime right now, guys. Like, look, you can get a $15 Under Armour mouth guard,
Ooh.
normally listed at $22. So that's a good savings right there. You know those things, the drills where the guys like put a thing that looks like a ladder on the ground, and then they do the foot dance inside it out of the little squares.
No,
Looks
no,
it looks
no,
like a
no.
little ladder. I don't know how else to describe it. It's that little
Oh, that.
what is
No.
that called?
I don't know.
Yeah, the Pro Agility ladder. It's like it looks like a ladder, but it lays on the ground.
Right, it's just a bunch of cords.
Just a bunch of
and
cords, and you just
step in and
step
out
in
of
and
them.
out. Yeah, you could get that. You can save. Oh, it doesn't tell me how much you could save. Oh, normally $21.99. You can get it for $12.99 or
Oh
$11.99.
wow, that'll be
That's
great
quite a
to
deal.
that'd be
You-
great to put on the floor.
Are you a fantasy football commissioner out there? Guess what? You can get an extra large fantasy football draft board for 2023-2024, including 640 player stickers for $13.99, originally marked at $20. So
You didn't let me finish my thought, but yeah,
I never will.
I think that workout ladder is going to be great because I can put it on the floor between the bed and the bathroom, and at 2 o'clock in the morning, I can get my exercise while I'm going to the bathroom in the middle of
If
the
by
night.
exercise you mean displacing a hip, sure.
Are we done with this? Can we move on?
I mean, if you want to, I'm going to keep looking at
I'm gonna
Amazon
move
Prime
on.
deals.
Jeez. I'm going to move on to some CFL news. A CFL Superfan by the name of Bobby Dubois from Vancouver has set a Guinness World Record by attending games in all 9 CFL stadiums in 15 days. He
Now,
finished.
on paper, that doesn't sound that impressive. Because, I
No.
mean, we just had, comedian Tom Grossi
Right.
on YouTube who just did the 30 NFL stadiums in 30 days
Right.
thing.
And we jokingly talked about this last week. I don't know if we talked about it on the show, but
I don't remember.
we said something about well, we should try and do 9 stadiums in 9 days up in the CFL.
Oh, yeah, and then this story came out.
Yeah, and then this story came out where this guy actually did
This
it.
guy beat us to it.
I mean, I'm not even talking about going to games. I just meant we'd go visit each stadium over the course of 9 days.
Yeah.
But no, this guy's actually done it. He finished his feat at the BC Lions Montreal game in Vancouver on Sunday. He said the best game day experience. What do you think the best game day experience was?
Having not read this article, I'm not looking at the script right now. Probably a game in Toronto.
No, he said Saskatchewan.
Ooh.
And the worst was Montreal for some reason.
Wow.
That's just his opinion. In his opinion, he had the best time and thought it was
Well,
really great.
Bobby, your opinion is wrong. I don't know. We've only ever been to. Well, Hamilton's got a good game day experience. I like
we
experience.
enjoy Hamilton, and I've enjoyed years
Toronto
past
when we went to
the Sky Dome, absolutely, and we never got to the
that
BMO
was the
field.
worst experience.
So
we couldn't even get to the stinking game.
Big traffic
Count your
jam.
blessings, Bobby. You at least got into the stadium.
Really, yeah. So, but the record has yet to be certified by the Guinness World Record people. And from what I was reading in the article, he approached them. He filled out an application for this world record because I thought, well, if it's a world record, has anybody done it before? I mean, what was the record before he did this?
Right.
There was no record. He came up with the idea of doing this over 15 days, and he said that when he filled out the application and sent it in, he didn't expect it to be approved, but they did, and they approved it right away. And so now he has to prove, because nobody was with him on this trip from the world record people. So he's got testimonials from people that say he was at the game. He's got pictures at every game. He's got all this. So it could take a couple weeks for the Guinness people to approve this or to say yes, this is your record. It was done in 15 days, and he'll get a certificate. So he'll be a world record holder. But I still think it's kind of cool that he crisscrossed the country to see a game in every stadium over the course of just 15 days. So congratulations to him. That's cool. I wish I could have thought of something like that or done that.
Gives you the title Superfan. I mean,
that's right.
You go.
That's right. Yep. And in fact, he was actually they showed him during the game. That's where I first heard about this. And then I found some articles about it. But yeah, I guess during the last couple of games they were talking about him on the game broadcast. Well, here he is in this other city or whatever. But yeah, he was at the game, so they were talking about him and his record and all that. So it was kind of cool.
That's pretty cool. Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations. A little bit of IFL news that just came out the other day. The Indoor Football League announced its first annual IFL to XFL Combine. This combine will be an opportunity exclusively for IFL players to showcase their abilities in front of XFL coaches and directors of player development. It will take place on Friday, August the 4th in Henderson, Nevada, as part of the IFL's National Championship Weekend. So I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
The league, they want to showcase their players. They want them to go on to bigger and better things. So they're hosting a combine and inviting XFL coaches and others to come and check out their players while they work out for them. So
yeah, I mean, we talked about like a year ago about how they had maybe not even a year ago, but before the season that they had some sort of agreement.
Right.
We weren't exactly sure what that detail,
right.
What the details would be, and now here we go. I mean,
yeah.
That's kind of cool.
So I think that's pretty awesome too. So I hope every team in the XFL goes to see this workout and picks up some of these players.
Yep. And then I see you don't have this story on here, so I guess I'll throw this out there since you mentioned the XFL. XFL news. Apparently, the Vegas Vipers, the team I was rooting for last year, hired a new coach.
Yeah, I did see that.
The XFL is named Dr. Anthony Blevins, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, as the Vegas Vipers head coach. So I don't remember hearing anything about Rod Woodson being shown the door, or whoever our coach was. That was Rod Woodson, wasn't it? I believe he was the coach.
I don't even recall. It's been so long since we were in
St.
Louis.
I want to say it was Rod Woodson. But yeah, because I wanted to say, was it Hines Ward? But no, it was Rod Woodson. Who was
Hines Ward was in San Antonio.
Yeah,
I know
he was the Brahmas coach. That's why. So I was like, okay, it had to have been Rod Woodson. But yeah, so a little bit surprised. They didn't. announce the firing of Rod Woodson, I don't believe,
Right.
but so all of a sudden,
Or a mutual agreement that
so it's like
they.
that's the same weird thing that they've done between the USFL and XFL. Like these coach hiring and firings aren't really like by the team. It's just like the league is kind of decides. It's
Mm.
very weird the way these spring leagues are operating, but whatever. Hopefully, he comes in and he turn that team around because I
Yeah.
thought the Vegas would have done better.
So I assume you're gonna root for Vegas again next year.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see what the teams look like. I mean, that's the team I'm going to stick with if
Right.
everything stays the same. But
Right.
unless we want to do another pick our fan loyalty going into next season,
I don't know. It depends. I mean, I'm sure we'll root
sure
for
you'll
certain
still root
teams.
for the Battle
I
Hogs.
probably will. Yeah, they've been my team for the last 2 years, even though I didn't get to see them the first year when the COVID shut everything down. But yeah, I kind of like St. Louis. All right, some college news. Northwestern University has fired head coach Pat Fitzpatrick. He fired him yesterday, which is Monday, amid a hazing scandal. The school announced last Friday that he was being suspended without pay for 2 weeks, and I think they took a lot of flack for that.
Yeah, I think I saw
This
Mina
has to be
Kimes from ESPN say, "Oh, gee, you're going to suspend him for 2 weeks during the not playing football season. So what kind of punishment is that?" So,
yeah,
which I agree. I was like, that's a weird thing to do, but I don't know. I've heard mixed things, and I'll let you go into it a little bit more. But I mean, they supposedly, all these hazings or whatever, and players have come out and said it's not what is being reported and is being overblown. Which who knows if that's cover or
I
not?
don't know.
But still, I mean, something shady happened on your watch, coach,
Right?
and I
Yeah.
mean,
Fitzgerald spent over 26 total seasons at Northwestern, 4 as a player, 5 as an assistant coach, and 17 as the head coach of the team. He posted a record of 110 wins, 101 losses
hmm,
as a head coach. He was by far the most successful football coach in school history. He also led the school to 5 of its 6 bowl games or bowl wins in school history. He was inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame in 2008. And he was just 2 years into a 10-year, $57 million contract.
oof, boy. Hey, kudos for winning 110 games, but at the same time, you lost 101, so that's a 9-game difference.
Yeah.
And if that's the best in your program's history, I mean, no offense to Northwestern, I know they're a storied, hallowed Big Ten team that's been around
Right.
for so long, but man, you think they would not celebrate mediocrity and give that kind of record a 10-year contract?
Yeah, that's 110 wins and 101 losses. That's not the 600 winning percentage that we talked last week about the coach that lost a bunch of games because of an eligible
Yeah, Les
player.
Miles, yeah.
Yeah, so he's not eligible for the Hall of Fame. Here, this guy's already in the Hall of Fame.
Well, he could have been in the Hall of Fame for other.
Yeah, well, it just seems weird that an active coach is inducted into the
Like I
Hall
said,
of Fame.
he was a player. He was a player there too.
Well, okay, that's right. I'm
He's
just thinking he
Randy.
went in as a coach, but it could be as a player. That's true. That's very true.
So, but still, the hazing thing. Come on, like it's 2023.
Right.
There's social media. You don't want. Hazing like growing up through sports has always kind of been a thing. We all know what it is,
Right.
but there is a line, and if
Oh, yeah.
that hazing crosses that line, guys, this is the consequence. Unfortunately, I'm not condoning hazing by any means. I'm just saying, as a coach, even if you weren't aware of any of this happening, that's also on you because you got to be aware of everything that's
Yeah.
going on in your program because we've seen people fired for way worse, and we've seen people fired for way less.
Yeah.
For letting some stupid stuff happen on their under their watch. So
Yeah, well, hopefully he didn't feel like he was untouchable because he had been there for so long
right.
that he could do whatever he wanted.
But
I hope that's not the case.
But if this hazing was overblown, it was just like maybe one little isolated incident. Like I don't know if that's a fireable thing.
Hey,
but,
they did an investigation, and this was what the investigation found.
I'm not saying they didn't. And I'm not saying he's in the right or they're in the wrong. I'm just saying like I don't know if we got all the information here to make a assess, at least us speculating, making an assessment.
You and I haven't studied this.
No,
case.
we are a couple of morons with microphones.
We're just reporting what we're finding, and this is what we found.
We are reporters.
That's right.
No, we're not. We're just a couple of
We're regurgitators.
Regurgitators on microphones.
Let's see. Today's birthdays: July 11th. Wide receiver Andre Johnson turns 42. He played for the University of Miami in Florida. He was the 3rd overall pick in the 2003 NFL draft by the Houston Texans. He played 14 NFL seasons. He was with the Texans from 2003 to 2012, the Indianapolis Colts in 2013, and the Tennessee Titans in 2014.
What a player he was. He was a beast. Like there's Calvin Johnson and Andre Johnson, playing around the same time. And man, Andre Johnson, this guy was something else to watch too.
Let's see, and another guy who was a third overall pick in the draft, defensive end and linebacker Joey Bosa turns 28 years old today. Played his college football at Ohio State, third overall pick in the 2016 NFL draft by the San Diego Chargers, and he's currently still playing with the LA Chargers today.
Bosa, a heck of a player too. Man, oh man, those Bosa brothers are a couple of talented dudes.
Okay, moving on to obituaries. This is where we take a moment to honor those who've made the world of football a better place. The first obituary is that of Gary Allen, who was a running back in the NFL and the Canadian Football League, has passed away at the age of 63. Allen played college football at the University of Hawaii and was selected in the 6th round of the 1982 NFL draft by the Houston Oilers. He played for the Oilers in 1982 and 1983 and was cut by the team during the 83 season. He then signed with the Dallas Cowboys and played in Dallas through 1984. He then signed with the CFL's Calgary Stampeders in 1986 and played there through 1988. He was cut once again and finished the 1998 season with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
All right, our next obituary is that of Fred Willis, a running back in the NFL for 6 seasons, has passed away at the age of 75. Willis played college football at Boston College and was selected in the 4th round of the 1971 NFL draft by the Cincinnati Bengals. He played for the Bengals from 1971 to 1972. He was then traded to the Houston Oilers during the 1972 season and played in Houston through 1976. After his playing career was over, he was a founding partner in the Fuddruckers restaurant chain in 1979, as well as several other restaurants.
I just thought that was an interesting fact when I read that, because
you just wanted me to try to say Fuddruckers.
You've probably never been to a Fuddruckers. I've been to one before. It's pretty cool. Build your own burger kind of place. So I had no idea that he was involved with that. All right, our next obituary is that of Gene Gaines, a running back and defensive back in the Canadian Football League for 16 seasons, has passed away at the age of 85. Gaines played college football at UCLA. He signed with the Montreal Alouettes in 1961 and played 1 season in Montreal. He was then traded to the Ottawa Rough Riders in 1962 and played in Ottawa from 62 to 69. He finished his playing career back in Montreal from 1970 to 1976. He won 4 Grey Cup titles, 2 in Ottawa in 68 and 69, and 2 in Montreal in 1970 and 1974. Gaines was inducted into the Canadian Football Hall of Fame in 1993.
All right, and our final obituary this week is that of Johnny Cooks, a linebacker in the NFL for 10 seasons, has passed away at the age of 64. Cooks played college football at Mississippi State and was selected with the 2nd overall pick in the 1982 NFL draft by the Baltimore Colts. When the team moved, he continued to play for the Indianapolis Colts through 1988. He was released by the Colts during that 88 season and was signed with the New York Giants, where he played through 1990. He won Super Bowl 25 as a member of the Giants. Cooks finished his playing career with the Cleveland Browns in 1991.
All right, this is the point in the show where we'd like to mention our upcoming history lesson this week, which they're now exclusively on YouTube. This week we're going to be talking about, we're going to answer the question, why is Jim Thorpe buried in Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania?
Easy, because the town's named after him, duh.
Well, how did that all come to be?
I don't know. Who came first, Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania, or Jim Thorpe, the athlete? I guess that's a question I need answered.
Well, this is a history lesson that we originally did way back in September of 2017 in episode number 4.
Wow, we were only 4 episodes in.
Yes, right, yeah. So we thought we'd bring it back and do a little video on it this time. And so, yeah, I've got some pictures that I've sent to you to use during the thing, because I actually went and visited his final resting place and tell the story about how all that happened.
So that video will be up tomorrow, Wednesday, July 12th, at some point during the day. I've got a lot on my plate.
Yeah, you do.
Man, oh man.
Way too much,
I did it to myself.
Yes, you did. All right, upcoming events calendar. This Saturday, July 15th, the American Indoor Football Alliance Championship game is going to feature the Columbus Lions versus the Mississippi Raiders in Columbus, Georgia. Uh, we haven't talked about the AIFA all season long
I wonder why.
because their social media presence is crap.
It's a big man.
Their website is crap. They don't update anything. All their social media sites, what little I could find, is crap. Um, from what I can understand, the Columbus Lions record is 6-0 this year. They played 6 games, they won 6 games, and all those games were at home. They had no road games. Now, the Mississippi Raiders that they're going to be playing, of the supposed 6 games on their schedule, they only had scores for 3 of them. So I don't know if the other games got played, didn't get played, or what. But they had one non-league game that they won. And then they had a game that was a 1-0 forfeit. So, and then the third game was a game that they lost like 65-5
to those Columbus Lions
against the Columbus Lions.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Are they 2-1? I have no idea. It's just a big mess. Their whole social media presence and their
This could be the
standings
greatest
and whatnot. I don't know.
This could be the greatest underdog story to ever happen in American sports.
I don't know.
A team that's only won by forfeit
Yeah.
and gotten the doors blown off by the team they're about to play in the championship game. This could be a great American underdog story.
Well, we'll have the score if nothing else next week. So
we have to. I mean, this is one of those rinky-dink leagues that I can't stand.
There's nothing wrong with a lot of these leagues, but if they're not going to have a social media presence where you get the scores, you get some facts about the games, the player rosters and all that stuff. If you can't put that out and keep it updated, you are not a good league, and we're not going to follow
and
you.
that's nothing against the players or whatever. But yeah, you at least need somebody who can go into Microsoft Paint and type up the final scores and post a picture on Instagram. I mean, shoot, half your players could probably do better Instagram marketing than these leagues.
Can't you find some high school kids or elementary kids that can do this for you?
I'm sure the kids of half these athletes could probably manage an Instagram or a social media account better than some of these people who run these leagues. But I mean, I know there's passionate fans out there. I've seen videos recommended to me about fans of the AIFA and specifically the Columbus Lions, who've been a great franchise.
Yes, Columbus has been around.
So a little shocker that they jumped to this league.
They were supposed to be a member of the National Arena League this year, and for some reason dropped out at the last minute. But no, Columbus Lions have been around for a long time.
Can we blame that on Antonio Brown too?
They've won some titles. They're a good, solid team with a solid organization. But yeah, the league they're in right now is a joke.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's why we don't follow everybody. We follow the ones that have good stats and the information is right there where we can grab it whenever we need it.
I mean, we've been getting a few things on YouTube talking about, hey, are you guys going to talk about that European Football League, the European League of Football?
Yeah.
Which, hey, I've followed them on YouTube. I've seen their video icons pop up. Hey, they at least got their stuff out there on YouTube. I'm more apt to talk about that league than I am the AIFA.
Right.
So
it's sad. It's a sad state of affairs. But continuing with the upcoming calendar, Thursday, August 3rd, Pro Football Hall of Fame game. That's like 24 days from now.
Yeah.
Man. Pro Football Hall of Fame game in Kenton, Cleveland Browns versus the New York Jets.
That same day, we're talking about going to Lions training camp.
Yeah.
You have to get tickets for that now?
Yes, that's right. We've got to go online and get tickets.
You have your assignment. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, following this podcast, get those tickets.
I don't think the tickets are out yet. I think they're not out until like the end of the month.
That's weird, but okay.
So, but yeah, it's the first time you actually have to get tickets to go to training camp.
Interesting.
It shouldn't be a bad thing, though. Let's see. Saturday, August 5th, the Indoor Football League National Championship game on CBS.
Terrible name for a championship title. Like, come on, the national championship. What are you, college?
Yeah, they also throw in the sponsor, which is the arena, the Dollar General arena that they play in. So it's got a foot-long sponsorship name.
A foot long, more than a foot long. It's like 10 feet long. Whatever. Just call it the Indoor Football League Championship game.
Everything's bigger in Vegas. Yeah, really. Let's see. Tuesday, August 15th, our 6th anniversary show coming up.
Oh, that's news?
Pull out some highlights from that, yeah.
Or low lights, depending on who's sitting at this table.
Yeah. Saturday, August 26th, the FBS College Football Week 0 kicks off. Navy versus Notre Dame in Dublin, Ireland is the featured game, and there are also 6 other games that day. And finally, on our upcoming events calendar, Thursday, September 7th, the NFL regular season begins with our beloved Detroit Lions traveling to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs.
Oh, can't get here fast enough.
Yeah, and it will. It will be here before you know it.
Yeah. And then the season will be over before we know.
That's right. Then we'll be talking Super Bowl, and we'll go, where did it all
go?
happen? Where did it all go? All right. Anything else that you've seen on your phone other than
some of those Prime deals? I mean, shoot,
deals.
do you want to?
No.
Are you sure you don't want?
Probably not.
I'm looking at some Blu-rays and some HD discs that are out now. We got some pressure cookers. Oh, he's walking away. What are you doing? Oh, he's. You know this is an audio medium, right? The thing you're picking up.
That's why nobody would have known if I'd gotten up out of my seat if you hadn't said anything.
And if I didn't follow you across the room, like, what are you doing?
No, for Father's Day, your brother Aaron got me a very nice mini football helmet with the World of Football Kalamazoo logo on one side.
Here, smile. I'll send you the picture. You can post this on your social media.
Okay. It's got the
perfect
logo.
Look at that picture.
Oh yeah, that's awful.
Please, I'm posting it right now.
No, that's
going right on
that's
the
a worst
Twitter
picture
account.
of me ever. But anyway, it says the World of Football Kalamazoo, Michigan on one side, and then it's got our world logo on the other side. Very nice little mini helmet. Let me take my glasses off.
Oh, I'm taking a picture again so you can post it on social media. All right, there you go. That's better. Your eyes are open for that one.
Much better.
All right, you got to post both of them though. So now people are gonna be curious. Like, what'd the bad one look like?
Here, no. Take a picture of the other side now.
Oh my god, this
See,
guy is so needy.
Two different things.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
It's different on each side. So
3
anyway,
pictures you're gonna see.
Yeah. So Aaron got me that for Father's Day. It just came the other day.
It's a cool gift.
Yes, it was very nice. I really appreciate it. This was put together by Mathewson's Mini Helmets. I think he's out of
Not
Iowa
a sponsor,
somewhere.
but
No. But I just want to say that's who did this. Love it. It's a great little mini helmet, and
looks like. I mean, I was kind of perusing his not website or whatever social media thing, and a Twitter page. Looks like some decent price for a custom mini helmet. I mean, that might be the deal, like right there. This guy gives you the deal that you need or want.
Yep.
He also mass produces helmets, I think, for looks like high school teams. Like he customizes them for like high school teams. So that's a pretty cool thing, putting out a bunch to give the teammates or players. I don't know if he puts their names on them, but very cool. It does some good work.
Yep. So thank you, Aaron, and thank you, Mathewson's mini helmets.
Oh, do you need a microscope to look at that business card that you were just looking at?
I had to put my glasses back on. Okay. Well, if we're all done now,
I get you're the one who veered off on that tangent. If you wouldn't have got up Elmer Fudd, I wouldn't have known.
Well, that's all the time we've got for this week. Thank goodness. If you learned something during this week's podcast about the incredible amount of diversity that exists in the world of football, then we have done our job. Visit our website at theworldoffootball.com for news, links, upcoming events, original articles, videos, and more. Our email address is info@theworldoffootball.com.
And if you're looking for an Amazon Fire TV that's 75 inches and it is an Omni QLED Series 4K UHD Smart TV, you are in luck. Amazon's got it on sale for $879 with free delivery by Thursday, July 20th, if you have Amazon Prime, obviously. So get out there, get those deals on Amazon, everybody. Not a sponsor. And I pulled my script back up. You can like the World of Football on Facebook at TWOF Kalamazoo. You can also follow our Twitter account, which is at TWOF Kalamazoo. Yes, we're aware that there's a new social media out there called Threads. No, we haven't signed up for it yet, but we might have to if it's going to take out Twitter.
If Twitter goes away, yes, we'll get.
But I've been debating on having to start up an Instagram page anyway for the World of Football. But I know it's just one more thing you got to worry about, Randy. But you like posting your grave pictures, so guess we got to find a place for them. New episodes of this podcast are posted on Tuesdays and are available on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher while it lasts, TuneIn while it lasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music. So you can simply ask your Alexa device to, quote, play the World of Football podcast, or find me them sweet Prime Day deals to hear whatever you want in those ear holes of yours. You can also find the full audio version of this podcast on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/@theworldoffootball. or you can just simply search for The World of Football Kalamazoo. Please give us a like, subscribe, all that stuff. We will try to talk with everybody in the comment sections. A lot of interesting people out there who want an arena football team in their backyard.
That's right.
So let us know, and come please be a part of the football conversation.
And remember, folks, some people may love football more than we do, but nobody, and I mean nobody, loves more football than we do. You're talking about my grave visits. I'm at 50 grave visits now, with more to come.
Wow, should I be impressed?
Yes, you should be.
That's how over the span of how long?
Let's see.
It's not like you did that in a year. That's not impressive at all.
2006, 2008.
Oh, that's rookie numbers right there.
Yeah, whatever. But,
ooh, look at this on Prime Day. You could get NFL sandals. You can get these Jacksonville Jaguars sandals for $21.
I don't want the Jaguars.
Oh, well, let's see if they got Lions ones real quick. I see the Titans. Nope, I don't see any Lions. You can get the.
Of course not.
You can only get the. Oh wait, maybe let's see teams. You can get the Jags, Cardinals, Falcons, Ravens, Bills, Panthers, Bears, Bengals, Browns, Cowboys, Broncos. Oh, I guess you can get all of them because there's a see more button. Detroit Lions sandals. There we go, baby. Oh, look at those sexy things.
I do like those.
Yeah, those are nice. Those are
all right,
nice.
we may have to talk about that one.
All right, and yeah, so Randy, you finish up the show. I'm going to go buy these sandals.
Until next time, everyone, when we'll try and do a better job and not
You can get matching sunglasses and gym shorts. Look at those.
And not get off the beaten.
Save 19% on these cool shorts.
I'm Randy Snow.
And I'm still looking at Amazon deals, baby.
And we'll see you all next week.